Hello, so my name is Vanessa Donovan. If you don't know who I am, my channel's called For Those That Struggle. And I just wanted to jump on here this morning and give you guys an update on what's going on. There has been a lot. So, as you guys know, I have been waiting to receive the papers from the attorney. And these papers were supposed to be for just child custody and financial. And that, I was told that our divorce did go through May 16th. So on the 27th, October 27th, I finally got the attorney papers, and they said several times the wife filed dissolution of marriage and it is still pending. I was immediately shocked by this because I'm like, does this mean that we're still married? And the ex was like, I don't know. I told you that there was a vacate and you said that the divorce went through. And I said, yeah, because the receptionist at the courthouse told me that we were divorced and this had to just do with child support, not child support, but child custody and financial. And I thought she said she spoke to the judge and that it did go through. So prior to this, I told you guys that me and the ex has talked and tried to come together, and we agreed that we want to try to be restored better than what we were. And so we have been working on that, and we've been doing pretty good. And then I get these papers on October 27th saying that the dissolution of marriage is pending. So I contact his attorney and I'm like, does this mean that we're still married? And she said, yes, we vacated it, which means it was erased. And she was saying, all you have to do is sign these papers now and you will be divorced. And I'm like, well, we're trying to work things out. Like we both thought we were divorced already. And we were both in shock, which is crazy because I was completely 100% happy that we were divorced and that I was moving forward and not being under that bondage mindset. And come to find out, we're still married. And it was crazy because once I realized we were still married, I had relief come over me. I'm glad we're still married. But it is still scary because this is a step-by-step process, day by day, and I really want this to be God's will, and I really want to be in God's alignment. And I've told God, if this is your will for us to stay married and you're going to restore us, then this has to be my promised land. So since this, the past couple weeks, I have had blessings come to me, small blessings, but very evident that they are for me. And which is really awesome. Even the ex was like, wow, again, you're getting blessed. And I'm like, this is pretty freaking awesome. And so yeah, so I just got a part-time job. So I have 2 part-time jobs now. I had my my orientation yesterday, and it is, first of all, I had to lay my pride aside. It's not a job that I would have ever really applied for before, but I've applied for so many jobs in the past and I wasn't getting calls. I finally was like, I have to lay my pride down and I'm just going to apply and see what happens. And honestly, I'm so relieved that I was actually able to do that. A job is a job, and I just want to be able to have, some income coming in. And this employment is willing to work with my schedule, exactly what I'm needing. And it is, would be very rare to find somebody that is willing to work with you with the hours that I want, because I don't want to live my life working, but I want a balance between work and family. And as of right now, that's what I'm going to get. And it is higher paying than minimum wage, which is pretty good. So I am happy about that. It's exactly the amount of money that I'm wanting to bring in per week. So yeah, that is a blessing. I am actually going to go to the courthouse today at 1 o'clock and go before a judge and request a dismissal of the divorce. It should be granted. If we had already thought that we were divorced and we agreed that we were going to try to restore us, then there's no sense in getting this divorce if we're still married, if we are hoping that God's going to restore us, and we would not want to have to get remarried and have a third and fourth marriage on our record. And so, yeah, we're just giving this to God, and we are coming together in respect and understanding, and we're just doing the best that we can. And I am just taking the steps towards opportunities and getting out of the house and getting this part-time job, and hoping that a door will open to where I will be able to still be able to get a reliable vehicle, because I will not have that 401k to rely on now. I cannot, get divorced for a 401k. That just wouldn't make any sense whatsoever. But I have to trust God that this is His will. This is like my promised land where He wants me to be. And I just have to put effort into it and trust God that it's going to work out. So, yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I had originally said that, I am officially Vanessa Donovan. That's because I 100% believed I was divorced and I was on my way to change my name. I still do not have his last name, but that will be the next step in restoring us, is to finally get that done. So I will eventually, soon, hopefully, finally be Vanessa Todd. And yeah, I think we are both happy. We are both shocked, and we are just hoping for the best. So anyway, and I also wanted to say that, me and him were talking last night, and, I told him several times that I heard God say, wait. And he had said, it was basically implying that I did not hear say God, wait. And, that I was getting offensive. But I told you guys I wasn't understanding that, because the Holy Spirit speaks softly. And in the Bible, it talks about how God's voice sounds like a roaring thunder. This wasn't roaring thunder, but it was a very masculine voice, very, very powerful and very loud, that said, wait, June 6th. And so when we were talking last night, it was just wow, this is freaking awesome. He said, God is on the throne. There's nothing that He has to do. He has angel messengers for that. And so I'm like, wow, it's the first time I ever realized and thought about angels, because I've always thought of angels as they're in war and in the unseen realm, and they protect us. But I never thought about them sending messages to us. So this morning I was looking, and yes, all throughout the Bible, when angels speak, they are very powerful and loud. And they can also speak audible, and they can also speak in sounds. And, one thing that I told you guys a long time ago in one of my videos is, when I was, before I was with my ex, my current husband still, when I was in a dark place, my electricity was shut off, my car was broke down, I didn't have a vehicle, my phone was turned off, I didn't have nobody or nothing, and I was just very, very in a dark place, and I was thinking about committing suicide. And when I was laying there in that dark place in my mind, I heard chimes, and at that time I thought they were diamonds. They were diamonds bouncing off one another. And a relative had came over that next morning, and I had told her where I was at, how I was feeling the night before, and how I heard diamonds. And this is before I was saved. This was in 2011, I believe, the end of 2011. And she had said, those diamonds were chimes. And that was, God telling you that He's with you. And so when I was looking at it this morning, I did see that, angels can speak to you through sounds, and one of them is chimes. So it's like really, really neat. And just a revelation to see that, like, that had to have been an angel that spoke to me and told me to wait. And in this, it's been 100% perfect timing in God's will, because we both thought we were divorced. We both decided to come together, even though we thought we were divorced, to try and to restore us. And if I would have known prior that we were still married, I wouldn't have come to this mindset of where I'm at. I wouldn't have wanted to continue to try and come to the conclusion of, maybe this is God trying to restore us. And realizing the things that God has brought to me as far as my character and how we are supposed to be and what love is, and loving somebody for who they are and not the expectations that we have, and realizing that love is commanded, which I've always known, but like I told you guys in my last video, it's like, if you don't love somebody, then why be with them? But it's your choice to love them, and we are commanded to love. So we have to ask for forgiveness and healing to move forward to love that person. And yeah, and then being able to set my pride aside and apply for this job, and I got it, and it's exactly what I am wanting. It's just pretty awesome. Like, God is really like working in me and just showing me things. And yeah, so I just really wanted to explain that. Like I was saying, God said wait, so I'm thinking I heard from him directly, which just didn't make sense. And when people say they've heard from God, yes, it is a message. It is from God, but it's an angel that's sending it to you. When you hear that loud, powerful voice, that's an angel. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and jump off of here. And yeah, I will give you guys an update later on. And God bless you all. Thank you for being supportive of me and understanding of where I'm at and where I'm coming from. And I hope you all have a blessed week. And just stay in God's word, stay in prayer. Don't get mixed up in other people's videos, and seek for yourself. I'll talk to you later. Love y'all. Bye-bye.